Jai Hind everyone, welcome to the channel. Here we are going to discuss about the very hot topics which are in news currently. So the topic for today is the Indus Water Treaty 1960 suspended. So in today's lecture we will be discussing about the reason why we are studying this topic. Then we come to the historical background of this treaty. Then we will learn something about the idea which means that where the idea has been taken for this treaty, and then we will be discussing about the organizations which have helped or which have taken the initiative to make this treaty, and at the end we will be discussing what are the effects, means what are the pros and cons of this treaty. So we will start from the very first topic, which is the historical background of the treaty. So before 1947, means before partition, the whole India was in the known as the British province, means the whole India was under the British rule. So Indus Basin was flowing freely and in India, and everyone was enjoying the water and everything about that river. But things were changed after the partition. So first of all we will learn the Indus river system, means which rivers are in the Indus water system, and what are the locations of these rivers. So there are 6 main rivers. We have although we have many tributaries of these rivers, but the main 6 rivers are included in the Indus Water Treaty. First one is Indus River, second is Jhelum, third is Chenab, fourth is Ravi, then Bias, and then Satluj. So as we can see here, the two of the main rivers, Indus and the Satluj, these origin of these two rivers is from Tibet, and basically the Tibetan area, which is now occupied by China. So these 6 rivers are the main part of this treaty. So the importance of this treaty is that as we can see, every river is flowing from India to Pakistan, and Pakistan is enjoying the water of every river of this river system, whether it is Indus, it is Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Satluj, Bias, and Satluj. So now we will be talking about the historical background of this treaty. So originally these rivers are mostly originated from Himalayan and followed through Punjab into the Pakistan. As I have already told you that these rivers flows from the Himalayan range, and that flows to Pakistan. Now we will be reading about the problem after partition, means we are going towards the idea that how the idea of this treaty came into existence, means how we thought that this type of treaty is needed. So first of all we will be discussing about the problem after partition. After India was partitioned, means partitioned into two nations, which was on the basis of two nations theory, 1947. Punjab was divided between India and Pakistan, as we all know, the Sindh area of Pakistan and the Punjab area of India, which is now, however, the headworks, the starting point of canals, which means from the starting points of canals controlling the flow of water of important irrigation canals remain in India, particularly in East Punjab, where the basically disputed land was. Then Pakistan, being downstream, depended heavily on water flowing from India. As we have already discussed in this map, Pakistan, every river is coming from the Indian origin and going to Pakistan. So Pakistan is fully dependent on Indian on India's action on this. Means the full authority of water was in hand of India. So Pakistan was being downstream dependent heavily on water flowing from India. Yeah. So what happened in April 1948? To be very specific, on the 1st of April 1948, a major crisis happened. India temporarily suspended the water supply to Pakistan from some canals, not every canal, through India, especially from Upper Bari Doab. Bari, which means Bias, and Ravi Doab. Doab means where two rivers meet, and Bari is Bias and Ravi, and the Deplapur Canal. This made Pakistan feel extremely vulnerable about the agriculture and economy. By this first temporary suspension, Pakistan got the idea that it can be happen anytime by in the future. So they thought that it should have be changed. The full power, if it will be in hand of India, the Pakistan will have to suffer in the future as well. They thought this type of idea. So what was India's stand on this? As per the partition terms, no atomic right to river, no, this is very important point, no atomic right to automatic right to river water was given to Pakistan, which means the whole power was in the hand of India, and India wanted Pakistan to negotiate to new agreement, because India was also trying to get some things done by Pakistan, which India is, for that India was trying to make Pakistan negotiate for this agreement. What was the Pakistan's fear? As we have already discussed on the upper this heading, that as India has suspended temporarily water in April 1948, it can be happen again. So Pakistan was feared about this, that Pakistan feared India could turn off the tap whenever it wanted. This water crisis made it clear permanent treaty was needed between the two countries. Yeah, this was the basic idea. This was the basic problem from where the idea of Indus Water Treaty came across. So now we will be learning about how the idea of treaty arose. After the crisis of 1948, both sides realized that there must be some agreement to avoid future conflicts. So David I'm not able to pronounce this thing. Lilienthal. Yeah, David Lilienthal, a famous American engineer and a former head of Tennessee Valley Authority, wrote an article suggesting that India and Pakistan should be cooperate on sharing Indus Water Treaty. So basically the idea was arisen from this idea that David Lilienthal, an American engineer, have suggested the idea that India and Pakistan should cooperate on sharing of Indus Water Treaty. His idea was that the World Bank could mediate between this. This is a very important line, that let me change the pen. The World Bank could mediate between the two, because everyone knows that the treaty cannot be happen between two countries without any interference, as everyone at least one person should be in the middle that can make the negotiations properly, means to suggest the negotiations, means to mediate into a treaty. So World Bank, this was a proposal by David Lilienthal. This idea led to a formal involvement of World Bank. From here, the World Bank entered into this agreement. Role of the World Bank. The World Bank, then called the International Bank of Reconstruction and Development. As we all know, that the name itself tells everything, that International Bank of Reconstruction and Development offered to mediate. In 1951, the World Bank initiated a discussion between India and Pakistan. Negotiations continued for almost 9 years. It was not a one-day treaty. The negotiations were almost for 9 years, which is a very big time. So the process involved technical discussion, Yes, we all have to know about the technical discussion. There was requirement of technical discussion on the river flows, construction of canals, dams, and barrages, and financial compensations. As we all know, the water was flowing into Pakistan, so there must be a need of discussion, a long discussion. So now we will, before reading why Indus Water Treaty is important for Pakistan, let us go to the original document of Indus Water Treaty. So this is the original document of Indus Water Treaty. India and Pakistan International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, Indus Water Treaty 1960. So there are some, it is like a constitution itself on the treaty. So first, on the very first, we have a preamble where they have we have a discussion about what the some words are like what the terms means and in between whom which countries. So this treaty is signed. So the government of India and the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the Prime Minister of India then, and the government of Pakistan, the then Field Marshal Muhammad Ayub Khan, President of Pakistan. The treaty was signed between these two delegates. Now we will be discussing about the Article 1 of this treaty. So these are not very important. If you want to read this, I'll share the document, or you can get it from the internet as well, so you can read. So most important point here is, which I have already highlighted, the Indus. The term the Indus, the Jhelum, the Chenab, the Ravi, the Bias, the Satluj means named river including connecting lakes. This is a very important word or term, connecting lakes, if any, and all its tributaries, provided, however, that provided means there are some exceptions as well. Exceptions as well. None of the river named above shall be deemed to a tributary. Means these all rivers, the Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Bias, Satluj, means these are the main rivers. Means any tributary named on these rivers is not included in this. The Chenab shall be deemed to include the river Panjnad. Panjnad, basically, what is Panjnad? Panjnad is basically the junction of all these five rivers: Indus, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi. Every river comes and meets at the Panjnad, and every river meets at Chenab, which is called Panjnad. And the river Chandra and Bhaga are the tributaries of Chenab. So it is also included in this. If you want to read more, you can read point number 4. It is also important. The most important is the term eastern rivers and western rivers. So the Satluj, Bias, and the Ravi were taken together in the eastern river, and the western rivers means the Indus, Jhelum, and the Chenab. Let me show you the this on the map. Water system map, yeah, here it is. We can easily understand from this. So here we can see this the Indus, the Jhelum, and the Chenab. These three rivers are on the upper side, and Satluj and Bias is its tributary, and Ravi, these are on the lower side. So according to this treaty, we have participated these three rivers, Satluj, Bias, and Ravi. These were taken into eastern. Why we call these eastern rivers? Because it is on the eastern side of the river system, and the western rivers means Indus, Jhelum, and the Chenab. Basically these three rivers are the big rivers. These are very small rivers in comparison to these Indus, Jhelum and Chenab, but because of the geographical location, these are not of so importance of India for irrigation or agricultural consumption use. Definitely, the every water system is important uh, for means for commercial purpose, economic purpose. We can definitely make some hydroelectric projects there, and we can use accordingly. The term agricultural use, which is described below in the whole treaty, means the use of water for irrigation except for irrigation of household gardens and public recreational gardens. The term domestic use means drinking water, washing, bathing, sanitation, including the conveyance and dilution of sewage and the industrial and other wastage stock and poultry and other like purposes. The household and municipal purpose includes for use of household gardens, public recreation gardens, and industrial purpose including mining, milling and other purposes and so on. The term non-consumptive use. Non-consumptive use means and control or use of water for navigation, floating of timber, other properties, flood protection or flood control, fishing, culture, wildlife, other beneficial purpose, but the term does not include agricultural use or use of generational or hydroelectric power. It is a very important topic to be noted because it has a different dispute in future at present time. So this only this line has very importance in this term. Now we straight come to the article 2 of this treaty. All the water of the eastern rivers shall be available for the unrestricted use of India except as otherwise expressly provided in this article. What does it mean? That all the water of eastern rivers should be available for the use of India. And as we have already read, the eastern rivers are Ravi, Byas and Satluj, except for domestic exceptions, which means unrestricted for some things, some uses which are except for domestic use. Domestic use means the Pakistan has the right to use the water of these rivers for domestic use and non-consumptive use. Pakistan shall be an obligation to let flow and shall not permit any interference with, which means the Pakistan do not have any right to interfere in the flow of water, but it can use the water of these rivers for agricultural use. And now we will come to the next article, directly article 3, where it is discussed about the western flowing rivers, which is western rivers. Pakistan shall revive for unrestricted use of all those water of western rivers which India is under obligation to let flow the provision. It is same like the article 2, where article 2 it was discussion about the eastern rivers for India, and same it is in the western river. In article 3 it is discussion about the western rivers for Pakistan, and India has no right to interfere in the flow of water. But there are some exceptions as well. The first one is domestic use, that India can use the water for domestic use, non-consumptive use, agricultural use, and the most important is generation of hydroelectric power, which means we can use the water of these rivers, the western rivers, for hydroelectric powers. Now we come to the except as provided in Annexure D and E, India shall not show any water. Yeah, we can make in Annexure D. We have that we can use the water for hydroelectric projects, but we cannot store any water or hold any water of the western rivers. So these are the basically main topics or main points of this treaty. Now we can summarize. Let me summarize this topic till now. So the first thing we have read is that what was the need of this treaty. So in April 1948, India hold the water for the very first time of these rivers, and which caused the Pakistan to think about the need of any treaty, any necessity to be of rules on this river system. Then we have read about the involvement of World Bank as a mediator. So World Bank has mediated in this treaty, and it has mediated in the negotiations for the treaty. And then we have read about we have seen the original document of this treaty, where we have discussion about the terms, about the western rivers, eastern rivers, and the exceptions. Now we will be discussing about why the Indus Water Treaty is important for Pakistan, as India suspends its the 1960 agreement of Pahalgam after the Pahalgam attack. More than essential, the Indus River system is existential for Pakistan. It provides for 80% of Pakistan's agricultural land, which is a very important thing to be noted, that 80% of Pakistan's agricultural lands get water the water for irrigation from these rivers only, which is around 16 million hectare. Irrigation alone absorbs 93% of this water. So this tells the importance, this shows the importance of these rivers. Now we come to moreover the Indus river system serves more than 237 million people. We can not even imagine the number of these people. 237 million people are dependent directly on the water of these rivers. It must be noted that Pakistan accounts for 61% of the Indus Basin population. Major urban areas like Karachi, Lahore, Multan access their water straight from these rivers, and we all knows that these are the only basic main cities of Pakistan: Karachi, Lahore, Multan, and these all cities are dependent on the water of these rivers only. In addition, Pakistan's hydropower plants such as Tarbela, we already knows that very poor country. It has only a few power plants, hydropower plants, and which are only located only on these rivers only. And the Mangla Dam, supported by Jhelum, also rely on the continuous flow. Definitely the flow will be changed, so the hydropower projects will be of no use. The Indus water system accounts for around 25% of Pakistan GDPs. 25% of Pakistan GDPs. Although the overall GDP of Pakistan is also only 25 rupees in comparison to ours, but the 25% of the Pakistan GDP is dependent only on the Indus water system, which is a very big number, and sustains crops such as wheat, rice, sugarcane, cotton. What further exaggerates the situation for Pakistan is its ongoing water crisis. Yeah, there is always a situation of water crisis. There is always a drought in some areas of Pakistan, and if India holds the water, we can we can simply imagine what the condition would be in future for Pakistan. There will be nothing to do without water, and the terrorists and their nurturers all will be on the road and asking for water only. They will not have water for their daily routine works as well. So this is the very importance of this treaty for Pakistan. And as the picture clearly shows, that if you are holding gun, you cannot ask for water. What does it means? As a very famous statement of Mr. Modi, our Prime Minister, has been in news or in media or in trend today as well. At the time of terror attack, Prime Minister Modi have said that blood and water cannot flow simultaneously. So this picture shows everything, that this person, if you are holding a gun, you cannot ask for water. The bucket is very empty, and we cannot say that these are terrorists, so these people had no right to suffer for this. But if these are brothers, are of same countries, then you will have to suffer all together. Under the prevailing circumstances India closes all its or drastically decreases the flow of Indus, Jhelum and Chenab. Even if drastically decreases the flow, then also the consequences could prove disastrous for Pakistan. This is a very strong word, disastrous for Pakistan, as their agricultural production could decline. Already their agricultural production is on decline. The prices of vegetables and fruits is already on the seventh sky, on the sky. There they do not have enough agricultural production. But if we decreases the flow, or even if we closes the water flow, there could be more disastrous for Pakistan, putting food security for millions of Pakistans at risk. Besides, reduced water flow would dry up urban water supplies, thus destabilizing cities. So now we will be discussing what is India's plan to stop Indus water flow to Pakistan. As everyone is wondering, that we have already said that we are not going to follow the Indus Water Treaty. So how we can stop the water flow? What are the plans of India for water flow to stop the water flow? As it is a very confidential matter, we cannot disclose everything about the plans, but the Indian spokesperson have already told the Economic Times of that India works on a 3-part plan to halt water flow Pakistan's inside, center, short, mid and long term. What does it means? There we have 3 type of plans: a long term plan, a short term plan, and a mid term plan category strategy. So this is everything as I think. I don't know whether I am right or wrong, but according to my what does it is, according to my thinking, the plan could be like we must be developing some infrastructure for a long term that change the flows of these rivers into the dry area of India. But the short term plan is to stop the water at the dams only. So thank you. This was it is all for the today, and I hope that we must have got some information which can help you develop some knowledge about the Indus Water Treaty, and must have helped you to understand the Indus Water Treaty. Thank you everyone.